Welcome, everybody. We've got my co-host, Pavel, CEO of Virtudesk. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's going on, brother?
Just having fun here. We've got Donica, our special guest.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Thanks for jumping on, Donica. We're going to be talking about social media and how she manages it. And I'm excited to see what's going on because she's got a presentation for us too. So Donica, welcome. Thank you. Can you tell us a little bit about what you do and then get right into it?
Okay. Yes, I am Danica, and I'm a general virtual assistant for Virtudesk, and I'm working for 3 clients now,
Oh, wow.
and they're all over the U.S. One is in San Francisco, one is in Virginia, and one is in Maryland. And my usual tasks for them are transaction coordination, social media management, digital content creation. What else? You name it, I do it.
I love that. And I have a question before we get going. How did you learn to do all of this? Is it something that you were doing before at a high level, or did you learn along the way?
Some I've already learned it before because before I was also doing realtor stuff here in the Philippines. And then after that, I've decided to venture the home-based industry. And that's when I learned using all the tools um, through Virtudesk, through
Nice.
their training.
All right, I love it. So yeah, I hear their training is good. Pavel, you guys did a good job with the training.
Yeah, we're trying to, man. We've hired the best trainers in the industry to handle that. So
I like it. All right, well, let's get to it, Danica. Thank you for being on. Let's start your presentation.
All right. Can you guys see my screen?
We are almost there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see it starting. There it is.
There you are.
We got you.
Okay, so today we're going to discuss automate your posting to social media. So I've been working with Virtudesk for about 5 months now, and I've been working as a social media manager for 3 years now.
Okay, nice.
Very cool.
And here are the main tasks that I do as a social media manager. Number one is called direct messaging. We do this on all social media, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. We reach out to people who are in the same area as my client. For example, Pavel, I'm handling his social media. And what I would do is I will search for groups in his area. For example, Seattle buy and sell. I'll look for the members there who lives in Seattle, and I will message them. Sample script is, for example,
So you mean like in the groups, right? Like Seattle, let's say buy and sell groups, or Seattle, like people where they talk, like neighborhoods where they talk about possibly purchasing a house, right?
Not specifically groups about purchasing a house. It could be buy and sell with random stuff, home stuff. You just reach out to them saying, "Hi, I'm Pavel. I just want to let you know that I'm always here and ready to help in any way." Things like that.
Awesome. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Yes. Also, we take advantage of my clients' friends list because you're always your clients, potential clients might just be sitting on your friends list. You just have to scrape it.
Yeah, like people who are in your database. And Tristan, I know, is very big on database reaching out.
So, Donica, I have a question on that. When
Yeah.
you go through and you're looking at, let's say you're working on my Facebook, and you see all of my friends there. Do you go in and try to find their information online so that we have complete information, or what do you do?
I don't find their complete information. I just go to their profile. click the message button, and that's it. Send the message, the script. And then basically the goal is to start the conversation.
Got it. I love that. All right. So then you're helping in that initial conversation with the people that are my friends.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Oh, perfect. That's kind of like what I tell people to do when I say, hey, look, every day you should reach out to 20 of the people that are in your social media database.
Initiate a conversation. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
like, comment, message, right? So that's awesome, Donica.
Yes.
I love that. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. Next one is B2B Coffee Challenge. This, we also get this through the internet, through all social media. Take advantage of it. Same thing. Message people, reach out to people who you know, that are speaking to a lot of people every day. For example, people who works at a salon, people who works at a cafe, who owns a cafe. What else? Basically, local business owners, and make them your referral partner, and invite them for a, a coffee date, or meeting.
I love that. So do you do that part for all of the three clients that you're helping out, or
Um,
just for one or two of them?
just for one client.
All right, perfect.
Mhm.
I like that.
Next, moving on, for LinkedIn cold messaging, this LinkedIn is focused on getting referrals, because everyone's there just looking uh for partnership, for a job.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And the last one is manage your referral network. What we do here is, we all know that you know a lot of people in the industry, realtors, investors, and people who are interested in the real estate business. What you will do is build your own group, your Facebook group, and post there consistently, be active. You could also post polls where they can vote, discuss topics, and there, through that, you'll get more referrals.
Okay. So in what way you do that? What way you help your client to do that?
Every time that a realtor or investor will follow my client or add my client on her account, I will
Mhm.
add that person to that group.
Okay, got it. So basically, you would say let's say a realtor runs a group and somebody adds them, friends them, you add them to the group that your realtor you work for actually has, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mm. y-
Okay.
Okay. And do you have, okay, this is start. Okay, well, so why is automated posting important? These are the most frequently asked questions.
Yep, that's an often that's a question that's asked very often.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Number one reason is to get control over your strategy. You get control over your social media content. You can post more in just in you can post more content in multiple accounts.
Do you use any kind of software to do that? Because a lot of people who are watching us, they're wondering how can I post like, make a post a certain time
Mm-hmm.
uh to different platforms, at once. Do you use anything like that?
Yes, that's a good question. Currently, we're using Sprout Social.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it
It
allows you
really
to
is.
run the analytics as well and everything. That's actually a really cool tool.
Mm-hmm.
Donica,
Yes.
with Sprout Social, what social media platforms are you automating?
I'm handling Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google, and there's also YouTube.
All right, so you're doing all of them through Sprout Social. That's awesome.
No
Yes.
Twitter. Yeah. No
No,
Twitter.
No, because my client's not pretty active on Twitter.
Okay.
All right,
Yep.
cool, cool, cool. And do you typically also suggest that the agents or the people that you're helping in this case, that they should also continue to post, or do you handle everything for them?
I handle everything for them, and also, yes, I suggest them to consistently post on social media.
All right, perfect.
Uh, yeah, because I believe in marketing, consistency is the key.
Yeah, I agree
Yeah,
with
the
you.
more you do, the better. Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Right. Now, number two is helps maximize your chances of engagement and exposure. Going back, Pavel mentioned that there's a cool feature on Sprout Social, and that feature is called Optimal Time. With this feature, um, uh, the tool will help you post your post get more engagement. It will make you choose what would be the best time to get your content online,
Okay.
get up your content up online, post it online.
I like that. All right, so question on that, Donica. When we post to the times they're telling us, right?
Mm-hmm.
We definitely will see an uptick, which is great. But what
Yeah.
about if somebody comes in, like let's say I I become one of your clients
Mm-hmm.
and I don't have an account on Instagram or YouTube or anywhere else. I just have Facebook. Do you help in building those out too?
Yes, of course. What I do is I manually add, follow, and message people to get more followers for my client.
Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Yes,
Nice.
because I think we all should consider our accounts as our portfolio, because through our accounts, social media accounts, people will get to know more about us. More people will get to know more about our business and what we do.
Yeah. All right. I like that. I like that. Do you use email to blast out and say, hey, we just started our new Instagram account, join or anything like that? How do you grow that?
No, we don't use email because it gets disregarded by people.
Okay,
People people
perfect.
You
don't like
mean
open
email?
it. Sorry, what?
You mean the email? People usually disregard the email.
Yes, yes.
And well, people
Especially
are receiving so much spam. They, you know, obviously just don't even open it. Yeah.
yes, yes. They just put it on spam.
Kristen,
That's right.
I think texting is actually more effective than emailing right now. Email is so early 2000s. What do you think?
Yeah. Yes, I agree. Um through messaging, I think it's more personal, and I think it doesn't sound salesy, if there's such a word.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. Continue. So now you got ensure your messages are visible to the audience. I love that. We just talked about that. Good.
Yes, and that's pretty self-explanatory. And sorry about that. And our bottom line here is efficiency and effectivity. Efficiency is because you post everything in one click. You don't have to manually log in on all your accounts and post manually. Effectivity because they have cool features. Automation tools have cool features.
I like that. Good. Good. All right. What do you got next for us?
Next one. Here, another frequently asked question. What are the benefits of posting on social media regularly? First one is it increases brand awareness. As I've mentioned earlier, treat your social media account as your portfolio. People will see more of you. People will see more about you, and Next one is makes you more visible to potential customers. Um, you know, automation tools work for you 24/7, so that you'll be able to keep in touch with your audience, even if you're not always on your phone, you're not active, you're not online.
Mhm.
It's a great point, Danica, that you bring up, because when you were talking about automation, the biggest challenge for any entrepreneur, solopreneur, just business people,
Mhm.
is the ability to continually post. What typically happens is right now, let's say we're doing this and I'll be like, oh, forgot to post to Instagram. And then I'll post to Instagram right now. But it has no real value because it's more reactive instead of
Yeah.
a thoughtful process.
Mhm.
And so I love that you can help with the consistency, because I think all businesses eventually end up needing somebody to fill their social media.
I
Yes.
mean, social media right now is just probably, and I think like post pandemic, it's exacerbated even more. I think because of everybody's reaching out to everybody like virtually. It's people don't do as much business face to face. It's mostly on social, and that's the new billboard, so to
Ye-
say. You know,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everyone's on social media now.
yeah,
Everything is on the internet.
Very
exactly.
Yep. Um, okay, here. This is very important because what are good content ideas? We sometimes we do experience creative block, especially for busy realtors.
Like what to
Uh,
put. I mean, like what kind of stuff to post, right?
yes, yes, that's right. Number one, um, this is the most effective based on my own experience. Posts that are personal. What do I mean by that? uh, don't d- d- don't make your account just focused on your business. Don't make your account look so salesy. um, make people okay, don't let people stereotype you as, oh, Tristan the realtor. Make them remember you as, oh, Tristan the realtor who loves playing baseball, who's a friendly guy.
Yeah.
Basically posting something personal about yourself in an essence, like what you do in a daily life,
Yes,
right? Okay,
yes, yes.
yeah, not
Correct.
just business. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
Correct.
agree.
Because that's a common mistake of
So,
other.
Donica, do you help with that too? Like, let's say you're working for me, do you say, hey, Tristan, can you send me some pictures of you doing hobbies that you like, or you out with your family, or do you prompt me to help me?
Yes, yes. I usually ask my client to just drop the picture on our shared drive, and then I will edit it on Canva.
How do you how do we share information? Because my whole team, I make everybody get an iPhone or an iPad. I know that's kind of mean, but that's how I communicate, and I make sure that we communicate. How does your team, the three people that you help, how do they communicate with you daily,
um,
hourly?
it's through Slack or WhatsApp. We also use email. But for sharing photos and videos, to ensure that the quality we maintain the good quality of the content, we just drop it on our shared drive, and then they will
Shared
text
drive
me
in Google or Dropbox?
uh in Google,
All right, perfect.
and then they just text me the, what do you call it, the description.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Good,
then
good. And do you use just Canva to do the editing, right? That's it, or anything else?
for editing I sometimes use Photoshop, and for video is I use Premiere.
Nice. All right. Very good. Very good.
Thank you. Second one is posting facts or truth that not all people know about. People people love interesting things. They don't like to see things that they could just search on Google and it's on the top of the list. Um, they they want to people love to be aware of what's happening. Um, for example, post is what's happening in the market, the status of the market, things like that. And the next one is connected with that, updates. Every Monday, we update our audiences through posting market updates. I create a template on Canva, and every Monday, my client just sends me the numbers, pendings, closed, just listed.
Nice. So the three people that you're helping right now are all real estate agents?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Cool. Very
Mm-hmm.
good. I like that.
Thank you. And the last one is educational posts. Um, we I always say this to my clients. Do not limit your audience. I know we all know that you guys also have friends or followers that are also in the same business. You could also post stuff like how to start investing, how to start in real estate, or um,
Doggy coin.
and also how to like, is now the best time to sell or buy or sell a home.
And Donegal, where do you get that information from typically? Is it something that your client sends you, or do you go online and find it?
I go online and I go online sometimes, and it's it's a mix. Sometimes I prefer um wordings that are from my client's personal experience.
Very cool. So you guys stay in communication a lot. I love that.
Yes. Uh, Communication is the key, especially for us who's working remotely for someone.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
Yep. Um, and our bottom line here is offer variety to your audience. This is everyone should keep this in mind, because if you post the same thing over and over, your audience will get tired of you. We don't want that, since you've already worked hard in gaining followers, friends. Yeah.
Yeah, very true. All right. Now, what's an SOD report? Tell me about that.
Start of day.
Start of date report. This we send this through email every start of our shift. These are the our task for the day.
Like what are you planning on doing, right? What you've been assigned to do, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
Yes.
you also have EOD at the end.
Nice.
EOD.
And EOD is end of day report. That's pretty
Yeah.
much what you report on what you've been done, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. And also I understand you're working on Timely, right?
Mm-hmm.
On a tracker. So
Yes.
your client can see your screenshots, what you're doing during the day, and what time you logged in, logged out, what time you took a bio break, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. All right. I like this. I love getting these reports by the end of the day. By the way.
You're
It's
getting
not,
them too, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's not something that we're used to typically, or before we had a virtual assistant, right? From specifically from the Philippines, right?
Yeah.
Usually, because we also have virtual assistants in the United States, and we don't have end of the day reports typically. It's more like a one-liner or a text, right? But I love this.
Actually,
Mm-hmm.
it's common in Russia as well, actually.
Oh, nice,
Usually
dude.
reports. Yeah. Yeah.
I like that.
But it actually helps. I mean, I call it, I mean, I get a lot of them, as you know, as you can imagine. Probably takes me a few hours to go through all of them.
Oh, wow.
But I call it the picture of the day. You know, it gives you the picture of what happened transpiring during the day. And sometimes you can some of our managers what they do, they use color coding. Like
Mhm.
everything's good, it's green, yellow means something needs attention needs to be put into, or if it's red means it's a deadline approaching, or it's a escalated issue. So that kind of jumps out at you. So what I usually do when I receive the reports from management,
Mhm.
if it's everything green, I can just go back to it and read it later. If it's something yellow, I kind of like pay attention. Red, I jump to it first right away, and if it's an escalated issue, I'll address it, or make sure it's being addressed. So EODs actually, yeah, they are helpful.
I like it, dude. I always have everybody text it to me because
Well,
I don't check my email. So
yeah.
I'm like, hey, look, it's the way that you're gonna get my attention. So text me the EOD so I know what's up.
So they're texting your EOD, right?
Yeah, that way I get it.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, got it. Cool. Good job, guys.
Nice. Okay. Yeah.
Donica. All right. So what else you got for us, Donica? Was that the last slide?
Yes, I just have a final reminder for everyone for this part,
Okay.
for the messaging. We always have to remember that three B's. BE.
All right.
Number one is be famous in the right place.
Okay.
And number two, be the king of or queen of your area. And number three is be Mr. or Mrs. Congeniality if
There we
needed.
go.
Nice. I like that. All right. So, Pavel, how would someone go about hiring a social media person? Because I'm assuming Donica is taken, right?
She's more than taken. She's got 3 clients right now. I bet she's working 12 hours a day, right, Danica?
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
Yes.
she's working a lot of hours.
Well, she's talented.
Anybody? Yeah, you cannot hire her, but you can hire somebody like her. We have plenty of people like her who are trained and ready to go. The way to do it, just contact us at Virtudesk at myvirtudesk.com, or send me a DM, or just comment in this webinar. We'll be in our account manager will reach out to you. Or again, the best way to do it is go to myvirtudesk.com and click on schedule a demo call, and provide your information, and we'll be in touch to go over how you can do it.
I love it.
Yeah, the cost of
Pavel, I have a
hiring.
question
Yeah.
on this. Would you suggest somebody start part-time with a social media person if it's like their first one they're hiring, or should they go in full-time?
Um, I'll tell you, when I first hired my first virtual assistant, that was an ISA,
Mhm.
and I at first was a little bit hesitant because I didn't know what to expect. So
Mhm.
I started out with a part-time. Within a couple of days, I immediately upgraded it to a full-time position. The reason is because I was interested in actually growing, and I was interested in getting things done than sitting and trying to like testing the water by putting the toe into the water and filling it out. But again, it's me personally. It's my personality. My mentality is go big or go home. Some people may not be comfortable doing that way, so they can start with with a part-time and see how it goes. However, keep in mind that when you hire a virtual assistant for a part-time, keep in mind that most likely that the same virtual assistant will be working for another client for a part-time. So when the time is coming for you to upgrade your VA to a full-time position, that VA may not be available for a full-time position. So keep that in mind. That's just one of those things, because people, life goes on, people got bills to pay, and they will be, employed for somebody else as well while you having them on a part-time. If you book them for full-time, that's going to be a full dedication, 100% to you. The person will be working for you.
That's very true. Good point on that, because that has happened to me in the past, where I hire somebody part-time and I'm like, oh man, this person's really good.
Yeah.
And then like 6 months later, I go and I say, all right, I'm ready for full-time. And they're like, well, they're not. So I'm like, what?
Yeah, it's a two-way street, bro. It's a two-way street. It's a two-way relationship, and you got people have lives,
All right.
and
Dave, you raised your hand, buddy. Do you have a question If you do, go ahead and type it in the chat or the question section. We got a couple minutes. I can
Yeah.
answer that. Or if you accidentally raise your hand, that's okay as well. Just let me know either way.
Yeah.
Go ahead and type it in there. And Donica, I have a question while we give Dave a chance to type in his question.
Mhm.
How long have you been doing virtual assistant work in the social media world?
3 years.
Well, that's a long time. I like that.
Mhm.
Cool. And what do you find that the most successful people use you as to be able to be successful? Because I know some people come in and they're like, okay, I'm going to get a VA, and they suck at it. They suck at getting VAs. They suck at telling them what to do in a good way. And how have you seen those people successful using someone like you?
Um, my Me and my clients always have a good relationship, and what makes them successful is being always open to suggestions.
All right. So coming in and making sure that they hear you when you have a suggestion and not just shut you down. I like that.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Donica. I appreciate it. You're doing an awesome job. Keep on doing it. Great presentation. Thank you. Oh, wait, we got the question up here.
We do.
Dave is saying, thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. What hours do VAs work, and how does the time zones impact the work?
They're gonna
Great.
work the hours that you set for them to work. And as Danica can attest to this, she's got 15 hour time difference right now with the West Coast, and she's working at night, the graveyard shift, right, Danica?
Yes.
And you may want to chime in on this and explain to people how a lot of Filipinos in the BPO industry work at night.
Um, we're just used to working at this time. Currently, it's 1:30 a.m. here, and yeah, most Filipinos prefer working at night because the traffic is really bad.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's one thing
I
that
mean,
also that I learned along having VAs for years is that the Filipino culture also caters to those that work at night, because you have a lot of things that are open. Like if it's the morning over here.
yeah,
Mhm.
So
yeah, it is. It is.
that's what's cool. It's a culture that functions in both night and day almost equally, because you have outsourcing working at a very high level from
Yes.
countries like ours in the United States, who use talent like Danica. So
And a lot of them not only working from home, but a lot of them working on the actual call centers. Major Fortune 500 companies have call centers all over the Philippines. For example, in Cebu in IT Park, they have Chase, they have Capital One, they have American Express. Or in Manila area, they have in Quezon City, they have in Makati the call centers. And the industry is just huge, seriously
Yes.
huge. And that's why all those let's say the cafes, internet cafes, everything, the eateries out there around it open whole night, because people go out for lunch at night. And when I first came to the Philippines, I remember seeing that. Like, I just flew in, and at night I see a lot of people just out and about, and it's like, what is this all about? And somebody's telling me, no, this, they're out on the lunch break, and then I
Mhm.
realized a lunch break because it's lunchtime in the US West Coast. That's why it's a lunch break, you know.
that's so true. They
Yes.
do
Yeah,
we do adjust to our hours.
correct. Yeah.
Mhm.
And if it's Pacific or East Coast, Central, Mountain Time, whatever. And
Mhm.
that was something that I had to understand fully as well. They're with you. They're like if they're right here. So
Mhm.
Exactly. Yeah.
very,
And
very cool.
just a fact about Philippines: most job opportunities here are based in the US or other foreign countries. That's why we're all alive at night.
Makes sense. That's a Pavel. I think in our last webinar, somebody brought up payment and how this all works. If we pay direct versus paying like a company like yours, which handles
Yeah.
all this stuff. I think we need to do a webinar on how that all works.
Sure, we can do that. Yeah.
That's a commonly asked question that just people don't understand.
Yeah.
So we can definitely do that. Donica, thank you for doing this. It was awesome to see how you work, the insight that you gave. We appreciate your time.
You're very welcome. Thank
All
you.
right.
Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you
Thanks,
for
everybody.
setting
Thanks,
Bye.
Pablo.
Thank you, buddy. Bye bye.